AIB, how you what?
What's good, my boy?
This is a special moment because it's one of the first returning guests to the How You What podcast.
Hell yeah.
So, what have you been up to since the last time you were here?
Man, I've been, you know, working, you feel me, working out, doing the open mic outside, you know what I'm saying? All the artists been coming out, you feel me, performing, doing freestyle ciphers, uh, chilling with my girl, you feel me, chilling with family, learning and growing and just living life,
Yeah, it's important to live life while you're, a lot of people get caught up in trying to do some shit and then they don't take the time to like live life while they're living, you know what I mean?
Right.
But the outside open mic thing, that's what has caught my eye because I saw Cannon, did it, I think, and I've seen other artists I know involved with it too. But you set that up?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just explain what that is, because all the time artists are asking me about where's the open mic, where can I perform?
Right. It's basically like downtown at the Monument Circle. We do it every Sunday at 7. You feel me? And it's basically like just an open mic, but it's a different environment. It's a different vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? It's open, so it's like anybody could walk up. Anybody is welcome. You know what I'm saying? Except the bad energy. I don't want the bad energy around. But long as you respectful and you on some cool stuff, you cool. But for the most part, everything is good vibes. You feel me? And you just, you really perform like any open mic, but it's outside, so it's a different vibe. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that's super cool because even the videos, the being in the circle makes it look cooler, and being around all those people, that's where you could get 100 people just to stop and listen. You know what I mean? If it's the right day.
Right.
And being on Sunday, Colts season coming up, it's about to be jumping down there on Sundays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We like the bars and everything.
Yeah, we trying to wrap it up before it start getting cold, for real.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. It'd be cold. You'll find another place to do it too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to perform at it, how can they get with you?
Really, just show up. You feel me? Just pop out with us. We out there 7 till whenever. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the vibe leave or the speaker die. Or really, I got an extension cord now, so the speaker never die. But it's really to whenever the vibe leave. You know what I'm saying? Because we're really after we get done performing and all that. Sometimes we just chill, talk, sit there. You feel me?
Yeah, kick it and stuff.
Yeah.
And networking, that's where it's at for artists when they go to events like that, is getting to know other artists and hearing other sounds, and collaborating.
Yep.
Have you ever had crazy shit happen being downtown right there?
Crazy shit. Like what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like
just crazy shit?
Yeah, I mean, there'd be crazy shit going on, or like, do y'all ever get like kicked out or anything, or from being, you know what I mean? Like, is it like there haven't been any problems, basically?
I mean, like, it's been a couple of minor problems. Like, I done got a ticket for parking on the circle. I think one time I did, you know how they got the little monument thing, the little show they show every, like, around 8 o'clock and all that.
Oh, yeah, on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, I think, like, one time they did on the speaker, like, no performing or something like that in those words, you feel me? But we just kept going, you know? Other than that, it's been chill.
No, I think that's dope. And just for the city, that's super dope.
Hell yeah.
So you be performing there too, I'm sure, right?
Sometimes I really just want to let the artist perform. I do the footage. I make sure everybody good. You feel me? And I just sit back and kick it and just just chill. Let everybody else do their thing. And I usually go last, or sometimes I don't go.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
I used to have a store in the mall downtown in Circle Center, and like being downtown, it is like a special vibe. Like nowhere else in the city do you really catch that vibe like you do right around like Circle Center and the Monument and stuff.
Yeah.
So like to be like an Indianapolis open mic thing, I think that's like as cool as it gets, really.
Real talk. I appreciate that.
Do you have a plan for when it gets cold? Like are you guys planning to go inside somewhere or something?
Yeah, that's the plan, definitely, eventually. You feel me? When it get cold. Right now we just doing the outside thing because it's something different and everybody liking it. It's starting to grow. Everybody's starting to come out. So we just focus on that right now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And if eventually you could get like food vendors to pull up, all types of stuff to make it even bigger for people to come out and everything.
Yes, sir.
That'd be dope.
More reasons.
Yeah. So I saw you quit or you lost your job or something. Tell me what's up with that, because I'm
man, I quit my one job I was at for like 2 years, 2 or 3 years. You feel me? first I started on the dock, and then I got my CDL. They sent me to school through the job, so I got my CDL. I did that at that job for probably about 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And then I quit because it wasn't paying me consistently. And it wasn't paying enough. So I quit, got another job that paid more consistently. But I ended up losing it, you know, being I guess being big headed, you feel me? And really just really knowing that deep inside I could be a boss. I could feed myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna give somebody the power to starve me or feed me. So but I was still going to work. I'm like, man, I'm gonna try to make this work. But when I got there, it was like, man, I'm just from one job to another, you know, depending on somebody to feed me. So I had that attitude, and that's how I ended up losing it.
So how do you want it to be? You know what I mean? If you can craft it how you want it to be, you want to be like running your own business basically?
If not running my own business, then just feeding myself. Like whether it's
what is weird, if you're making them money and it takes them like a long ass time to pay you out, is like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm making you money every day probably or whatever, doing your job.
Right.
Yeah. But with the CDLs, you can do a lot of different stuff with that.
Definitely that. That's one reason I'm thinking about going back. But I ain't gonna lie, I want to try it out for a while, just without a job and just figuring out how to feed myself, you know.
Like going full into the music and stuff?
Yeah, that's one thing about losing my job. I definitely been having more time to get into the music, you know.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like about it.
No, and it's cool that you're even like honest about it too, because the ups and downs of that, you know, a lot of people would like stress out about it, you know, and like being able to relate to that will even help your music. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to show that and have people relate to you and stuff. That's really dope. And it's like honest, you know. So, and if you carry that into your music, then you're just being real, you know what I mean? And that's tight. And then that's using life but flipping it into something better, you know what I mean?
That's all I'm about, flipping the negatives to positive.
Hell yeah.
Most definitely.
What's some shit you think you learned recently? Like what's some shit that you've learned just recently?
I learned to be more patient. I learned to be more patient, to check myself. You know, I've been learning that I'm not always right about stuff. You know what I'm saying? I learned to...
That's a hard one to get over sometimes. You know, especially when you're young and you're like 17, 18 and you feel like you know everything. At least I did. I mean, you know, I thought like there's nobody can tell me shit because like fucking 17, you know what I mean? But then you realize like, damn, like I didn't know like...
Maybe it was
I didn't even know half of nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe it's me.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the hardest things, like just looking at myself like, man, maybe you tripping, you feel me? That's one of the biggest things, you know? Maybe that was your fault, you ain't always in the right. That's one of the biggest things.
No, that's real. And with your music, if you can't look at it objectively like that or be like, oh, like that was old and like this is better, you know what I mean? Like if you can't get better, you're gonna stay flat, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But if you can get better, you're gonna make some shit happen.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. So who are some artists that have been at the open mic?
We got Vetty Ray, Akila G, 071 Tay, Canon Music was down there. Who else? Young T.O., Chef Beezy. It's been so many, bro. It be random people popping up. You feel me? Who else? Trying to shout everybody out. Who else? Damn, who else been there? It's been so many people. Rome Herbert, John, my boy John, and Akima. You feel me? Steven, my real name is Steven. It's been so many, bro.
That's tight. His artist name is My Real Name is Steven.
That's hard.
Name. Yeah. No, and that's cool too, because it feels like Indy's a small city sometime, but I don't know most of those artists. You know what I mean? Like it's weird how they're like you can feel like you got like a grasp on it, but really there's so many more artists than you can even keep track of, really.
Definitely.
You know, there's thousands of artists here in Indianapolis.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, bro.
So doing those open mics yourself, continuing with your own rap journey and stuff, what advice can you give to artists like that on the come up here in Indianapolis?
I would say define your brand. You feel me? That's really what it's all about. Like define your brand, your lifestyle, your story, your backstory, your background, how you grew up, your mindset, your habits, your life. All that is your brand. You feel me? And make good music. You know what I'm saying? And figure out how to make it all intertwined with each other. You know, the brand and the music, and figure out your audience. You feel me? Who you talking to? Who can relate to your music the most at its core? You know what I'm saying? Because really, like we was talking about last time, we want to reach everybody, but you definitely got to find that core audience and build off of that, and everybody gonna catch on later. You know,
that's literally one of the most underrated things.
For real.
So many times the artist just releases on DistroKid and says, you know, I want everybody to fuck with it, and like, you know, they'll find it, you know what I mean? But that core audience can't just find you if you're not like targeting them, you know what I mean? You got to make that connection first,
right?
And then once you build a fan base, you're on, you know what I mean? Even if it's like 1,000 people, that's still good, and that still can make you money if you have that business side, you know, working.
That's another thing. Definitely learn the business. Like I love business. Like that's what I want to do. I really eventually want to step out the music scene and get into the business. You feel me?
Yeah.
I love business.
I was going to mention this earlier. You were talking about the CDLs, but you know how people start like trucking businesses now where they'll get, you know, a bunch of trucks and basically have their own trucking business just by having like a bunch of semis?
Yep.
That shit is like a gold mine too. It's crazy.
It is. You can get rich off trucking.
Yeah, for sure.
You get your own truck, get your own
like a whole team of people driving for you, then you're just coordinating it.
Yep.
Getting different offers and bids or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think business is interesting too, and it's a lot of people like you know, when you start talking about business, their eyes will like glaze over because it's like you're talking about accounting. But in reality, like starting a business, that's just as fun as like building a song, because that's what you're doing with the music is like, you know, you're making yourself into a business to be a professional artist. But anytime you start a business, that shit's exciting. You know what I mean? Like when you have that vision and you try to make that come to life, that's art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the same shit, really.
If you got a passion for it, because some people it's boring.
And if you're not like creating it, if you're just like working a job, it's kind of different than like creating the, you know what I mean? Going from the vision in your head to like
putting it into reality.
Yeah.
It's different for everybody. It's different for everybody for sure.
Yeah. So on the list of stuff, one of the things I thought was funny, it said that you're into older women. It's funny that would be like on the list, but explain that. Like go into depth about what that means.
Like I don't know, bro. It's just like it's something.
How old are we
older
talking?
Women.
How old are we talking?
I'm talking about like, cause I'm 25. I'm talking about like 30s and up, 20, older than me. You feel
me? Like you want her to like have her shit together type shit?
Yeah, for the most part. You know, I don't want nobody perfect. You feel me? Like, she ain't got to be perfect. It just, I think it's more about alignment. Like, do we align? You feel me? Are we compatible?
Like an old soul type thing.
Old soul, yeah.
What do you think it is about the younger generation that might not have that old soul?
I think cause I'm still kind of a part of the younger generation, but I feel like I'm kind of in the middle, cause I grew up around a lot of older people, and I grew up in a time where before all this new stuff kind of changed, but I'm like right in the middle of it. But I feel like with this younger generation, it's just a lot. It's just more about clout and just unimportant stuff for real. Like it ain't about the real stuff no more. It ain't about your character. It ain't about your mindset. It ain't about growing no more. It's more about everybody want to just be like everybody else. Everybody want to get famous. Everybody want to be tough and be hard. I mean, now, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of people that's starting to be on the growing and on a different vibration, but the majority is, man, it's nah.
I know what you mean. It can feel like deep thinking doesn't exist in the same way.
And not even that, just being pure, you feel me? And treating the good people, treating them with respect, you feel me? Like it's a lot of
where everybody's like
vultures.
human, like you like they're not just like some random person on the internet, you know what I mean? Like
Right,
sometimes we end up treating people like that. It's you know,
right.
especially if any clout goes to your head, then all of a sudden you're fucking like, you know, a
You
celebrity
you
type
better
shit.
than
But in
everybody.
reality, it's like everybody's human, and Instagram doesn't fucking make you like into somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like respect. That's a big thing that we done lost. Like, man, don't nobody know how to respect nobody. If everybody know how to respect each other, we'll get along. If everybody know how to collaborate instead of compete, we'll get further. You feel me? But everybody
Mm-hmm.
want to be the head honcho and all that, you know. And it's a lot of jealousy and hatred, but that comes from a lack of inner work. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that
Mm-hmm.
inner work and know who you are and know where you going and where you come from, and you can still know that ain't nobody fucking with you, but know that that person is somebody too. Just like I'm somebody, you somebody. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it's all about. You know?
Yeah.
That's what
And
it's all
like
about.
respecting other people is also like respecting yourself, because
Right.
like it doesn't hurt you to fucking like respect somebody. If anything, in the long run, if you disrespect somebody, you're not going to get too far. You know what I mean? You're going to run
Right.
into problem after problem.
Right.
But if you respect people, you know, and you respect yourself and all that, is way better for the long run. You know what I mean? If you keep butting heads, you're not going to end up going anywhere. You know what I mean?
But it start with self though. I ain't gonna lie. You definitely got to start with self, because if you don't respect you, you ain't gonna respect nobody else.
That's facts.
Yeah.
So what do you do to this is like a weird question, I guess, but what do you do to like love yourself? Because I know that especially as a dude, like it's a different thing in a way than like, you know, like a girl might go to like a fucking
Go to the
salon, like a
salon.
whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like just as a guy, how do you do that?
Hit the gym, work out, eat healthy, pray, stay close to the God. You feel me? Listen to myself, set them boundaries. You know, tell people no when they need to be told no. Tell myself no when I need to be told no. Like 'cause sometimes you yourself will want to do something that you know ain't good for you. So sometimes you gotta be like, nah. Your higher self gotta be like, nah, we can't do that. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me?
You got to
That's
know
one
it's
way I
like the
respect
little guy on
myself.
your shoulder talking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think
That's
that's
one way
real
I do
too.
it.
And it's weird. It's weird. Like it's like you gotta almost be like a hippie to talk about it, that they don't talk about it in school as much, you know, where there is like you do kind of have to uh you do have to get discipline over that other voice in your head that tells you like, nah, eat all the chocolate, like fuck homework, you know what I mean?
Right,
Because everybody has
right.
that voice that says like, don't go to the gym, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I deal with
but you
it.
do have to like have the discipline mindset to be like, no, fuck that
We
shit, like
going to
we're
the
going,
gym.
you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
isn't it weird? You don't really hear you like I maybe I'm wrong because I don't have like, you know what I mean. I have a baby on the way, but I don't have kids. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like you don't really teach kids that. You know what I mean. Like
Mm-mm.
it seems
Not
like
no
something
more.
you develop along the way, but it's not like a clear lesson. You know what I'm saying?
I think it depends on your household. If
Well,
your
that's facts.
some
Yeah,
parents do teach their kids that and they
that's
get
facts.
further, and some of us got to learn outside of the household. You know, it depends on how you grew up.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how you grew up. Cause I know mine. When you grew up with in a single parent household, you know your mama do what she can. She got to go to work, so it's not that much time she can invest into you. And like I say, emotionally and mentally. I mean, maybe emotionally, but mentally nah, and spiritually nah. Cause she focused on making sure you love, make sure you fed, and the essentials. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's on what you experience outside, and if you run into them right type of people that pour into you that way.
Keep this mic a little bit closer to
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
just like lift it up a little bit.
I got you.
No, because but what you're saying is super real.
Yeah.
So then how like in that scenario and stuff, how do you go about developing like that spiritual side and everything, you know, like if you're kind of left on your own more so?
That's where you develop it at. I could say that's where I developed it at. Like
Mm-hmm.
being by myself, you just forced to learn yourself. You forced to learn
Yeah,
what
you
you
really
like,
can't
what
have
you don't
somebody tell
like.
you about it and it
Not
hit the same way as when you do it yourself.
right. You can have somebody plant that seed, but you got to do most of the work. You got to
Yeah.
really think like, is this my voice or is this their voice? And
Right,
sometimes
like
their
do you
voice will
feel it
help
or are
you
you
find
just
your
like
voice.
saying what they're saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you really hear what they saying?
Yeah, facts.
You know, you really feel it. But I think just going on that journey of self-discovery, discover what you like, what you don't like, who you are, who you not, and sometimes you gotta go through phases of being your environment and being what's around you to see, okay, that ain't me, or okay, that's me. I like that. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
it's a
try
process.
everything to see what fits, sort of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
No, and that's real too.
I'll say that's the biggest thing, the biggest way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and pain, rejection, all that stuff matures you. You know, pain, rejection, being told no, everything.
Yeah. So there is a dude in here. I'm not gonna name any names. Hopefully he's not even watching this. You know what I mean? But he was in here yesterday and he was talking about how he was heartbroken. You know what I mean? Like a girl did him dirty and shit, and but he was fucked up about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what could you say to someone like that? Because when you're going through that shit
hard.
it's hard to see that other voice that's telling you like things will be all right eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what advice could you give to him?
Man, I feel you, bro. Like that shit is hard. I don't care how tough you is, what you been through. Like it's always hard when you give your love to somebody and your heart to somebody and they break it. But I would say, especially as a man, we use that type of stuff to rebuild us even stronger. You know, like we use it to build you even stronger. You feel me? Take that loss as a lesson. You know what to look for and what to avoid in the next girl. You know what I'm saying? It's a lesson. It made you better.
You wouldn't even want to force the wrong girl to be the right girl. You know what I mean? Even if you could, you wouldn't want to. You know what I'm saying?
It's never going to work. Never going to work. Let it happen naturally. You know what I'm saying? And really take that time to really work on yourself too. That's what we do too. When we get our heart broke or we lose a job or something, we go harder into ourselves. We hit the gym even harder. We read. We do whatever we got to do to grow and develop as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You use that. Use that as fuel to push you. Like that's what I do. That's what we talk about every time. Like I use pain, bro. I'm telling you, pain is something else.
Yeah.
If you use
I used to be
right
in
way.
good shape when I was single. Now I'm like in a relationship. I don't even go to the gym and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta. It's hard when you're in a relationship. You gotta really take that time for yourself.
Shit can get too comfortable. You know what I mean? Like you still gotta make sure you're getting to it.
Definitely. Especially as a man.
Yeah.
Because we can't get comfortable out here, you know?
And as you get older, you know what I mean? You feel it day by day. That shit gets a little fucking stiffer and stiffer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Because like
man.
I don't want to be 50 fucking out of shape. You know what I mean? It'd be a totally different life if you're in shape at 50 compared to like if you're fucked up.
Right. Definitely. You definitely want to get more in shape the older you get.
Yeah.
It get more important then.
What do you be doing at the gym? Like what's kind of like a routine?
I do a warm up, you know, I do jumping jacks, squats, jumping squats. What else? Hit the weights a little bit, push-ups, pull-ups, run. Sometimes I run, shadow box, hit the bag.
Do you train boxing?
I do, but I'm not at the boxing gym no more. Not currently. You feel me? I do it at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I train at home, but
No, yeah, I feel that. Boxing's fun too, especially if you need to let out some shit, you know, or even just a good workout. Like the cardio, it makes 3 minutes feel so fucking long. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're going hard.
For real, especially in them sparring sessions, boy. That 3 minutes is the longest 3 minutes ever for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
For real.
Did you ever get in fights like growing up before you learned to box and stuff?
Yeah. I got in I said a few. You feel me?
Would you start them or would you you would just be in them?
Most of the time, I'll just be in them. Like, I say most of the time I'll just be in them.
I feel like you're so chill now that at some point it had to be like wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's just how it is. Like it's like the chill people as you get older. It's like because they did crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like because like you said, you got to experience kind of everything to know what even is you or not. You know what I mean?
Right. I say I probably started it a couple times, but mostly it was started by the other person.
No, I feel that. Yeah, I'm not saying you were like beating up people or nothing, but no, that's but that's
I done lost a couple too. I done lost in one for sure.
Yeah. And you really like sort of can gain more when you lose. You know what I mean? Because the same way a breakup gets you in the gym,
a loss of a fight gets you too.
Hell yeah.
It teach you it. You get tougher skin. You know it teach you. It teach you a lot.
Yeah.
It teach you a lot, for sure.
No, that's facts. And then
make you stronger.
But when you get when you like sort of got into boxing, did that sort of change your mindset of what like fighting outside of a ring would be?
Yeah, it did. Cause it made me. It definitely made it. Cause outside you probably fight like 30 seconds, maybe to a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really organized. We just throwing. Some people is real technical with
If
it.
you slip, they're not. You're
Yeah.
not standing back up.
Yeah, but in boxing, you know, you going 3 rounds, 3 minutes plus training, and then it's more technical. You know, you going against the other person's skill, so it's different. It definitely changed my mind, you know. But I'm glad I got into it, cause it brought out another side of me.
Yeah.
You know.
I think they should have boxing more accessible for kids too, like even high schools or something.
They
You know, have
definitely
like a
should.
boxing team.
Yeah.
Did you see in the Olympics like the U.S. boxing or anything?
Did I see it?
Yeah, you know that's the Olympics been on the last couple weeks or whatever.
Nah, I ain't get a chance to. I ain't gonna lie.
There was a dude. He was real young from the U.S. Amari Jones. He kind of got fleeced in his. He got bronze in it or whatever, but his fight went the distance. But it sure looked like he won. But he was. It's cool watching that. You know, especially when you're that young, like competing in the Olympics and shit, and for boxing where you know if you get like gold or bronze, even you know Deontay Wilder got bronze in the Olympics and it set him up for like a huge career. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's just different. It's like watching college basketball compared to the NBA. You know what I mean? Because it's like they kind of have different things they're fighting for. They're not like cherry picking fights. They're trying to like fight the best guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's the only way you go up.
Hell yeah.
It's the only way you get better.
Are you into sports or just into music or whatever?
Only sport I'm really into is boxing for real. That's the only one I like, you know. Before that, I play around with basketball or football, but I ain't really take it serious. I just, you know, play around, throw the ball or whatever, but I ain't never really take it serious until I got into boxing.
Yeah. And there's something even different when you're watching boxing compared to like watching NBA. You can get hype in it, but it's different when you're like in it, when you're just watching it, but you're like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Or like when that surprise shot comes and they get dropped, you know what I mean? You're like screaming and shit. There really aren't very many sports like that, you know what I mean?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Boxing is definitely a different sport, boy. But it teach you how to read people. Like it taught me how to read people. I could see an athlete when I see one, and I could see it. It teach you different things about people.
Like the way people even move and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it can teach you if they know how to fight, or if they strong, or if they weak, or if it'll teach you a lot. Eye contact, body language, they posture, you know, they tone, everything. It make you more confident too, for sure.
Yeah. No, that's facts, and that's why I feel like it's good. I mean, for guys and girls, whatever, but
definitely.
Especially when you're at those like weird stages of life, you know, when you're trying to figure out life and grow as a man and shit. Like you said, it can give you that confidence where you know like how to work hard in the fucking gym. You know like how to kind of size up another man. You know they're just human too and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah.
Hell yeah.
So what you been listening to? Like what music have you been fucking with?
Shit, I've been fucking with that new Benny the Butcher. That tape he just dropped, been myself, this dude named Young Combo.
He's big?
Nah, he like kind of, not really. He like an upcoming artist, but he got a decent amount of followers on IG and stuff.
That's dope.
You feel me? Who else? A mixture of everybody, for real. Listen to everybody.
Do you got a new 8 bars to spit for us?
A new 8 bars?
Yeah.
Damn, let me see.
Because you did it last time, right, on the pod? Yeah.
Yep. New 8 bars. I said, I got something real poetic I did, you know. I said, creator's curse. Want to play, gotta make it first. Taking turns, me and myself trying to make it work. Woke up early trying to make sure I ain't late to work. Before I was built this way, had to break me first. Picked up peace when I let go of the grudges. Picking up pieces, putting them back with the puzzle. Hustler, trying to sell everything that he touches. Tried not to pop off, they kept pushing his buttons. Just couldn't take no more and volcano erupted.
No, that's dope. That's dope. It's crazy. Even like the last time, it feels like you're talking about shit we were just talking about. You know what I mean? Like overcoming certain shit and all that.
Yeah.
Is that already a song?
Yeah, that's already a song.
What is it?
It's called Creator's Curse.
It's out now?
Nah, it's unreleased.
Oh yeah.
Unreleased, yeah.
What's the upcoming song? Do you have any songs or projects planned?
Yeah, I got something coming out called Anxiety. I got I'm about to do a video for All on Me. That's already out. And then I'm finna drop a video for Press Play. That's already out too. Yeah.
That's dope. Have you gone through the Spotify shit at all of like pitching it to playlists or any of that shit?
Hell no, I need to though.
Yeah. I have a new note I can send you too. That's like a whole checklist of shit for it.
Oh yeah. I appreciate that. For
Hell
sure.
yeah. But especially since you have so much content, you know what I mean, and songs you drop, and like, you know, you can always be making new shit. It'll only help you to like start pitching them to the playlist on Spotify and Apple and stuff, because it's free to do, you know what I mean, and it gives you the chance to get a lot more streams, you know what I'm saying, but it'll never get you less streams.
Having hella content out.
Well, the more like singles and releases you do, the better off, you know, and the bigger your catalog is, the better off you are.
Right.
But for each one, if you're pitching it to the playlists, you get more chances to really maximize shit. You know what I mean? Because each one is like, in a way, your lotto ticket to be seen. Where, like, if you only drop like one song a year, then you only got one lotto ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
yeah.
And if you get your Spotify jumping and you have all these artists that you're connected with too, and like they get their Spotify shit going the right way too, then all the collabs and everything, you know, would just be like on fire. Like on Spotify, like it would help you reach more people around the world than just here.
You just dropped the gym, my boy. I mean, I hope y'all
I'll send you a note after this. We don't got to go into it. I hope y'all got
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. Is like find artists to get hands on with dropping their song and like do it on this YouTube channel where it's like showing how to pitch to the playlist, showing how to get pre-saves, you know, showing how to target playlists, basically taking an artist song that doesn't get a lot of streams and helping them get their first streams, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like first viral stream.
Yeah, well, I mean, viral is like hitting the lottery, but if you do everything right in the small way, you can make the numbers go up in like a realistic way, and then, you know, if you pop and hit the lottery where like you get 1 million views or something, then that's always good, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you want to have your independent business working on a small scale, so you're grinding, you know, step by step, you know, instead of just waiting to hit the lottery, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want to be putting the work in.
Yeah, because I mean, it snowballs, you know, like the first one won't get that many, but if you do it the right way, it'll get some, and then the next one should get more, and that leads people to your first song, you know what I mean? And then that's where like the bigger your catalog is, the better it gets, you know what I mean? And just the more it compounds up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So what do you want to talk about? Like, what's on your mind?
Shit. What did we touch on everything?
On the list?
Yeah.
Let's pull it up. We got the attraction to older women. Quit job. Well, yeah, so it says how to deal with haters. That's super important because, like we said, when you're dropping songs, if you don't have like a thick skin, you're gonna like lose your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like just posting on Instagram and Spotify and YouTube, because people hate on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? You're always gonna see hater comments.
I think that's none compared to the in-person hate. Like the shit you gotta do. Like, let me see. For example, when I first started putting my music out at my old job, I dealt with a lot of hate. Cause it'll be me and Kenny was just talking about this. It'll be a mixture of the people that love it, and then it be a mixture of the people that hate it. And the people that love it, they gonna go tell the haters like, "Oh, you heard his new music? He cold." And the haters gonna be like, "Man, fuck that motherfucker.
What's he doing? You know?
Like, what he doing? Like,
he thinks he's a rapper.
Shit.
We work here. You know?
Right,
what I mean?
right. It'd be that type of shit, and some of them they be on the low hating, and you don't know. They act like they your friend, and they smile, and then you got the ones that just try to get under your skin. You feel me? Like, or down talk you to the next person. You feel me? Like. That'd be a whole nother type of hate.
Or they make you just feel crazy for fucking creating your own business. You know what I mean? Or doing something you want to do, which is
right.
That's just sad.
Especially when you stand out, when you different. You feel me? I could see if you like them and you make music like them and you act like them, but when you move your own way and you confident in that, it's gonna make you a target. You feel me? But it's gonna make you stronger too. So
and it's gonna make you. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to fit into a box of what your day job is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
and
it
that's
is.
What we was just talking about.
But it is weird, especially if it is like subtle changes with people that were your friends and stuff. Because I mean, I've seen that. You know, a lot with different artists and just in general. You know what I mean? Like it is weird. But in a way, you have to realize like the way they're looking at it is fucked up. You know what I mean? So you can't be mad that they're looking at it in a fucked up way.
Not at all. Like I look at it, matter of fact, I just wrote these bars. I was like, I know it's internal, so I don't take it personal. Don't share none of my music, but they asking for a verse. Like that, you gotta look at it like it's them. It ain't you. You feel me? Like they just mad cause the only ones who really do that is the ones who really ain't doing nothing. Or if they doing something, it don't got the same effect that yours got. So you can't take it personal. You gotta look at that like that mean you doing something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use that, add it as your armor. You feel me? And big yourself up from that, cause that's what it is, really.
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it.
No, that's facts.
You feel me?
From what I've seen, in most cases where it's like somebody hating on a local artist, especially, that person also makes music just to a much lesser degree. You know what I mean? Like they think they're a better rapper, but really they're hating because that person gets a little bit more love than them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like anybody here's even like made it,
right.
But the hate is real because there's so many artists where they get like jealous if somebody else is doing good. You know what I mean? Like they got to be like, oh, that's not good. Like I'm better, even though I don't have any songs out or like whatever. But they think they're a better rapper somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen that a lot, which is it's just craziness. You know what I mean? Like
it is.
Yeah.
It's all a part of the game, though, man.
Dude.
That's why I don't take it personal. I look at it like the small hate is preparing me for the big hate when I get big. You feel me?
Because it is like a psychological thing. It comes with getting attention where like Drake or whoever at the very top, they get a ton of hate. You know what I mean? Like if they tripped about every comment, they would have stopped a long, long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Because it's like you almost want people to hate too, because like that means you're being seen by a lot of people.
Yep. You can't throw stones at every dog that bark at you on your way to success. You feel me? You gotta let them bark as long as they don't bite you.
Yeah.
You let them bark and keep going. You feel me?
No, that's facts though. Yeah.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Keep going.
From what I've seen of like artists that move professionally, almost all of them do have like a professional mindset where they're not about to fucking crash out in a random city over some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they got like an agenda of shit they got to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like even if somebody does talk crazy to them, they're not about to like risk what they have going on to fucking.
Some would,
people will. Yeah.
Some would.
People will. But I'm just saying, from my experience of the artists I've seen that are like still successful in doing it, you know what I mean? That's sort of why they're able to do it. You know what I mean? They might rap about fucking, well, they might be on drugs and everything. You know what I mean? People be crazy, but but there is like a professional attitude you have to have where it's like you can't let somebody fuck up your whole business because they don't like it. You know what I mean?
Right. That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do that, you might as well not even do it. And that's why a lot of people quit or they just don't do it because the pressure that come with it. You feel
Their
me?
friend or somebody random in Indiana tells them it's not good. It's like, what do they know? You know what I mean? There's so many more people in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I say you got to go get the strangers first because, you know, and there's no slack to my family and friends, but most of the time the stranger's going to support you more than they will. They got to see it work first, and then they going to support you. But I ain't gonna lie, like me, I got some family and friends that do support me though. So
and you cultivate that by doing the open mics and everything too, which is dope.
Yeah.
But it's true because if you're just in your hometown, everybody looks at you like that coworker where it's like, why are you trying to be a rapper? We're fucking here working at McDonald's. You know what I mean? You're a McDonald's worker. You're not a rapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until you go to those other cities where they're like, oh, he's a rapper. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta go to the strangers, the other cities.
Yeah.
That's another
then as
thing
soon
I'm gonna
as-
tell.
Oh no, go ahead.
That's another thing I want to tell like the artists that's out here. Like you gotta go to other cities. We all gotta go to the other cities. You feel me? Like Atlanta, Miami, New York, Texas. Where else? Everywhere.
Yeah.
You gotta travel.
No, that's facts. Even like Phoenix
Ohio.
and heli cities that you wouldn't even think have a lot of people there, and a lot of people like rap.
You
know what I
never
mean?
know where your audience at either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it might not be as profitable for you as an artist in Indianapolis to go to Atlanta where it's more competitive. Maybe you could set up a show in fucking Wyoming or somewhere, but you can make money on like an independent scale. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because you never really know how you, because everybody's business is different. You know, you never exactly know what the best path for you is going to be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But what's the city that you want to tap into that you haven't been to?
Definitely want to tap into Texas for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Texas, because I already went to Austin for South by Southwest, so I got a couple connections out there. I want to go to Houston. I want to go to Dallas. And I want to go to San Antonio. I've been to Austin. I've been to San Antonio once, but it was on some other stuff. So I want to go back and see what the music scene looking like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is Houston in Texas seems like the new Atlanta in a way, where it's like that seems like one of the biggest cities compared to even New York, LA, and all those. It's like Houston's right up there with it now.
Low key, the Texas artists, they could eat alone off the Texas state. Like that's how big Texas is. They don't even have to go to no other market. You feel me?
Shout out to Bruce Bang at iMix Studios in Houston.
Who is that?
He's a studio owner, engineer, dude. He's worked with like Paul Wall and everything, but he's cool. He's been here before when he was working with an artist on tour and shit.
Okay, that's what's up.
I've been wanting to go down there to link with him, but I haven't made it to Houston ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's coming. It's gonna happen soon.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy the flights though. The flights be like $400 to $500. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like Miami's like $60. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. Maybe because I don't know.
There's the timing, I think, but
probably. I was about to say because Miami and I think Miami is more prominent as a city and state than Texas is.
No, that's.
I mean, I don't want to really.
Well,
like,
they get more flights
because
it's like tourism. You know, like it's like going to Vegas where the flights are cheap because they want you to come kick it there.
Yeah, and spend money.
Yeah,
I've been to Vegas, bro. I went there on my 23rd birthday. That shit was so boring but funny at the same time. I went by myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My brother just went by himself like a week ago or whatever.
How did it go?
He had been there. He had been there a lot. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like his first time there.
Yeah.
But it was cool, I guess. I mean, I wasn't there, you know what I mean?
I guess everybody's experience different.
Yeah.
My shit was cool. I DoorDashed. Fucking, that's the thing. I be working on my, like, holidays and shit like that. I like to work, but I DoorDashed. I spent some money on myself. I got drunk.
Did you gamble?
Nah, I ain't gamble.
No, that's smart.
I ain't gamble.
That's smart.
I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to crack something while I was down there, though. I'm gonna say that. I was trying to crack something.
I ain't
gonna cap.
Did you go to the dispensaries or anything?
I think I went to one of them, got me some weed. Me? It was like a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that weed is illegal here. Like that feels fucked up. You know what I mean?
Low key.
Like it's just weird.
Low key. It's probably about to be legal soon though.
I
feel like
it's crazy. That's if you ask a random person in Indiana, that's what they'll say is like weed's just weed. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like there's something above the people in like the corporations or the government that's like blocking it. You know what I mean? Because most people would agree like weed's not crack. You know what I mean? For it to be a Schedule 1 like fucking heroin and shit doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it literally grows wild in Indiana. You know what I mean? Like I have some family that's like farmers and they would get weed, like marijuana growing on their farm just randomly. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I shouldn't mention that on camera, but
shit. Yeah. You know, you can probably edit it out or something.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If it just seems crazy a plant like causes all that man-made trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the world we live in.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in.
Do you still smoke?
Nah, not really. It'll be every now and then I hit it a couple times, but not really. Smoking ain't really my thing. I like to drink.
Oh yeah.
That's my habit.
What's your go-to?
The type.
Yeah.
I say maybe some Quavo, really light. Like I like light. Maybe some Quavo. I've been fucking with the wine lately. Some Remy. Some what else? Yeah, that's about it for real. I like
Yeah.
light.
No, I feel that. Yeah.
For the most part. Or
Hell
wine.
yeah. I used to fuck with the Remy.
Uh-huh.
That was shit.
Cause I like smooth shit. Cause I like to be. I don't like to get overly drunk. I like to still be on point and still have a good time and feel myself. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
And weed, I don't know. I feel like weed just make you like dumb, damn near. Like I know for me, everything start moving slow. I don't like that. I don't like that. I like to
Like
be on
you,
point.
yeah, like you can't like if you're like in a conversation, it's like harder to keep up, sort of shit. Like
or you just laugh at shit for no reason.
yeah.
You just be overly goofy.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And there's like a power in having a clear mind. You know what I mean?
It
Because most
is.
people don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you think of all the people on fucking pills, drink like liquor, weed, even like caffeine, nicotine, whatever.
Yeah.
Most people are intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? Like one way or another, people kind of fuck themselves up.
Low key.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. I'm a businessman, so it's better. I feel like as a businessman to have a clear mind. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
At least off of the weed, you know, you could drink. I drink it every now and then, but for the most part, I'm clear because where I'm trying to go and this version of myself, I see he sober. He running businesses. He running companies. He employing people. So he got to be on point. You know.
Yeah,
And
I know
if
exactly what you mean.
Yeah, kind of like how it is at the studio. Y'all run the studio. You got to be
Yeah.
on point.
That's literally why I stopped drinking too, because like I still smoke or whatever, so it's kind of the opposite. You know what I mean? Because it's just whatever works for you works. But I knew like especially when I started here, there was one night I was like blacked out drunk. You know, damn near about to get arrested for like fighting with a bouncer or whatever. You know what I mean? Like just getting like kicked out, sloppy as fuck.
Damn.
But and like texting my sessions crazy, thinking it was somebody else. But it's like that's just not how I'm about to handle business. You know what I mean? Like I had to like make a decision, and then the next day I was like throwing up during my sessions and shit. I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But yeah, I just had to make that decision. Like the version I want to be able to run a business and shit. I can't just like lose it all in one night. You know what I mean? And not even remember it because that happened in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like I said. But I feel like that's what you said. You got to experience the good and the bad to know what to take for you. You know what I'm saying?
And because it's life, we only get one. You got to live it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of fun that comes with it. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it is.
Hell yeah.
I be having to
keep that microphone a little closer.
I got you.
Yeah.
I be having to balance it out, man. Like I be trying to balance everything. Like if I'm having too much fun, I'll be like, all right, now it's time to get to work. We gotta make the fun worth it, you know, or the work worth the fun. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like we gotta make it.
If
I feel like I'm saying it. Yeah.
No, I know exactly. Yeah, because if it's not balanced, you're not gonna have both in a way. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're all party and bullshit, there's not gonna be much work. You know what I mean?
Or
like your job side. Yeah, exactly. And then it's gonna go down. You know, the party and bullshit's even gonna get worse. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to do it happily because you broke. You ain't got nothing to buy it with. Like I always be saying that. Like I'd rather have fun when I'm rich than when I'm broke. Them rich people, that type of fun is a different type of fun than when you broke.
There's a little more peace of mind. You know what I mean? If you know you accomplished the shit you got to do that day, and then you do what you know what's fun, then it's not like
you earned it.
Yeah. Like you can at least there's some peace of mind knowing like I'm still on track. You know what I mean? I'm not like fucking up my life by like cracking a 12-pack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. With no achievement done.
Right. Like if it's every day and you're just drinking, then there's nothing else. You know, yeah, it's balanced.
It get boring even then. Like it's no fun. Like it's kind of like when you playing a game and you beat it. It's nothing else to do.
You're not like celebrating nothing. You're just trying not to think about other shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people do it though.
But that brings us to something else that was on the checklist of what's the difference between being foolish and vulnerable.
Oh yeah, that's because
it's sort of a balance, right?
Yeah, I feel like being vulnerable is what I'm doing right now. Like I'm being myself. I done told you some stuff that's really me. That's really vulnerable that somebody could probably use against me, but I don't care because it's me. You feel me? So, and I already know about it. But being foolish is just in here, just being foolish is just being too vulnerable. You feel me? Like being to the point where you telling stuff that can really be used against you that you haven't healed from yet and that you not okay with and that you know is sensitive to you. That's being foolish. You know, the stuff that's real close to home, that's being foolish. But being vulnerable is still just being you.
And sometimes who you're being vulnerable with, because there's some people
that's a big
you know
too.
you can't trust, you know what I mean? And then you know if you like are too vulnerable, they are gonna fucking take some shit and be like, you said this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big one right there. You gotta really like listen to your spirit, and you gotta look at how they treat other people that they don't need, or just treat other people. Period.
Yeah, and it's weird too. Like that just reminds me, but like you really know the people that gossip, you know, because you always hear them talking about some other people.
Somebody
you know
else,
right?
Right. I can't stand it, bro. I be like, oh nah, you gonna tell my business. But some people, I ain't gonna lie, like. Not all the time, but you can always tell though who is who.
Yeah, I be trying to like dead that sometimes. Like, what do I care? You know what I mean? Like let them do what the fuck they want to do. Like they don't bother me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
But that is like I feel like even that is like you got the one voice on your shoulder. You know, this I don't know how to label it. You know, like a human versus a mind or something. You know, like you're. You know, like a body versus mind type thing or whatever, but like
heart versus mind.
You know, yeah, like your instinct or whatever sometimes can be like, oh, like talk shit about this person. Then like the wiser voice comes in saying like, don't do that. You know what I mean?
They human just like you, for real. Yeah. You have to stop yourself. I be having to stop myself. Like, man.
What do you think that is though? Grace. What do you think like those two voices we've been talking about, sort of like, you know, like the one that tells you, I don't want to go to the gym, fucking eat these potato chips, you know what I'm saying? And then the voice that's like, nah, get to the gym, it's going to be good. How would you like label those two things? You know what I'm saying?
I would label it your higher self and your lower self. You know, your lower self is show, when you get into spirituality and chakras and all that, it show your root chakra. It show your anger, your sexual drive. That's your sexual drive. So it's your anger, your depression, your misery, you know, it's all that stuff. It's your laziness, your comfort, and your higher self. That's your up here, your God man, and it's telling you work out, eat right, show love, you know, heal yourself. It's you gonna always have that battle. You feel me? It's just all about making one of them stronger than the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Because it's like going to the gym. If you don't work out that muscle, you're gonna lose it. You know what I mean? It's gonna atrophy to where you only hear that one voice telling you don't go to the gym. You know
you're gonna keep listening to it, making it stronger.
Yeah, like making excuses of like, oh,
right,
you're right, I shouldn't go to the gym. You know, I got other shit I gotta do. You know what I mean?
Right.
It'll be excuses.
Another thing I'll be saying is we got two wolves inside us that we fight. That's fighting consistently. You got the good wolf and you got the bad wolf. The good wolf, he or she want to show love. Want to do good things and, you know, stuff like that. And the bad wolf, he angry, he mad, he jealous, he want to tear stuff up, he want to just be, you know, lazy, he want to be the opposite of good. And whichever one you feed the most, that's the one that's going to win at the end, you know? So that's why I always try to move with positivity, even though I got a lot of anger built up, I got a lot of pain, but I try to direct it into the right things. I really try to put it into the right things. You feel me? And that's what's important.
No, that is. And that's a good like analogy or metaphor or whatever too, because you do choose to feed one or the other. You know what I mean? You choose to either go with that knee jerk reaction of like, oh, I'm gonna fight that dude for looking at me. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or like the one that's like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think that's dope. And you'll hear both of them fucking howling too. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Do you think that's just being human? Like, do you think that's just natural to every human in a way?
For sure. For sure. You ain't human if you ain't got that. You know, and some people, they didn't fed the bad one so much, they probably don't even hit a good one no more. Some people didn't fed the good one so much, they don't hit a bad one. But I feel like my personal experience, like, I didn't fed the good one so much that the bad one hungry. You know, he mad. He mad at me.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I know
you feel
what you
me?
mean.
Like, man, I want to hurt this person. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'll be like, nah, bro, dang. You know, we on this. We on that. He like, nah, let me get at him. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I'll be having to tell him, chill. We got something to do. when it's time, he come out though.
I know
when it's
what you
time,
mean,
he
though.
come out for sure.
That's like and that's even like the yin and yang thing, you know, where it's like
darkness and light.
Yeah, but in the yin and yang, like in like you know, it's like the white side, the black side.
Yeah.
But in the black side, there's like a little white dot, and in the white side, there's like a little black dot, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that shows like the balance too and stuff, and like it's like you said, it's like that wolf gets madder the less you feed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a dog on me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But
get madder and get more hungry. You know, that's why you see.
That's probably why you need balance, right?
eyes.
Because if you go too fucking crazy one way, you're probably gonna snap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You definitely do. That's why I get in the gym. That's why I got in the boxing, so I can feed the bag when I can get in that ring. Or I can hit that bag and just let it out, you know. Or I really own. I feel like it's a way you could balance it to where you could use that energy to put it into the good, but you still got to find a way to feed them, you know.
And you got to find a way to let him out of there without it ruining your life.
Right. Like sometimes I get in these slumps where I go back into my old habits. I eat a bunch of sweets. I smoke, drink. I sleep all day, watch TV. Like that's the bad wolf. That's the that bad voice, you know. And sometimes I feed them, then I'm like, all right, we got to get back on track, you know, because you ain't gonna be able to be perfect the whole time. We human. So that's
and if you are perfect the whole time, it wouldn't hit the same way. You know what I mean? Because like you said, you got to know what it's like to be fucked up to really sort of appreciate not being fucked up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So sometimes you do got to go off the wagon, eating those sweets, whatever, to where you're like, damn, now I feel like shit. You know what I mean?
And what I'm gonna do about it?
It was better the other way.
Yeah.
Even though I got tired of working out and shit, that shit it felt better.
It was hard at first, but it felt better in the end. You know what I mean?
No, that's super real.
Hell yeah.
You got me wanting to hit the gym and shit. I feel like I've been lazy and shit.
It's all good. That's good. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Hell yeah.
Shit. You should,
see.
bro.
I don't think we're missing anything on here, but so basically what we were saying too, when it comes to like the PTSD and trauma, and what advice could you give to somebody, you know, that has that?
Try your best to identify when your triggers hit you and how you react to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, explain what it can even be, because a lot of people, you know, put PTSD like, oh, you got to be a soldier in Vietnam to have PTSD, but which isn't true. You know what I mean? So what could that look like for somebody here in Indianapolis?
Somebody hearing that, PTSD could look like not, you know, growing up without a father. You feel me? And having to go outside and figure out what it's like to be a man by watching other men, and you don't know, and not all the time they teaching you the right stuff. You feel me? You got to deal with that. You got to deal with being what you call it, taken advantage of by people who know more than you and who older than you, not in like just in any kind of way. You feel me? Like cheating you out something or just giving you false information. Like that's PTSD. Overcoming that, you know, and a trigger might be you, or not outside of that, even a relationship. Like you might have was in an abusive relationship or a toxic relationship, and then you got a healthy relationship, and your PTSD will come up and you don't trust it because you used to the bad. So now you gotta open yourself up and allow new things to happen. You gotta allow a new mindset to come in. You gotta challenge your own thoughts. Like, damn, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I need to look at it this way instead of that way. I need to let that go and leave that where it's at, and just focus on building this new undriven path. You know?
Yeah. No, and that's true on a lot of levels, for real. Because even like in science or whatever, you have like those neural pathways in your brain, you know, that you create through your experiences. And it's basically like you're wiring your brain to think this, you know what I mean? And if you get bad advice, you know, where you start making those bad connections of like that aren't going to help you and stuff, it's hard to rewire that shit. You know what I mean? Like, because it literally you're changing like your brain, your mindset and all that. But like you literally have to like rewire how you think. You know what I mean? Which
that's the biggest thing.
yeah, and that can be weird if you don't even think about how you think. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to understand, sort of. You know what I'm saying?
It is. That's why you got to spend time with yourself and
So-
listen to that inner voice.
So, how do you develop a new habit?
By doing it consistently, and even when you fall off, get right back on it until it become natural. Like, let me give you an example. I had to, even working out, like, I had to really, because I remember I used to be like real lazy. I didn't work out. I used to just eat a bunch of snacks. I was real fat. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to, you got to start a little bit, go in there, run a little bit, maybe do a couple push-ups, and then go back, do a couple more push-ups until you see you could do more. And sometimes you got to push yourself past maybe 20, like, oh, let me do 25. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you keep doing that, you keep going. I say after maybe about 30 days, it'll be locked in. A habit is locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're literally like creating that. And especially like when you're doing push-ups or whatever, if your goal is to do 20, and even if you just do 21,
right,
that extra one
growth.
feels good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and that's literally how you grow.
I was just about to say that, like, when you push yourself past your comfort level, your brain, it rewires itself. It's like, oh, we doing this now. So
you could have
now
done
I
40.
Could do more. Or
yeah.
now we doing this. There's no going back to that. You know what I'm saying? And even when you go to a new place, like, it's like once the brain expand, it can no longer contract back to the way it was. You feel
can't
me?
put the toothpaste back in the
in
brain.
the tube. Right. For real though.
No, that's real. And it's like you said, that first time going to the gym is going to be shitty the same way your first day at a new job is going to be shitty. Your first time dropping a song, if you've never done it, is going to be shitty. You know what I mean?
Right.
But as you have to get better to be good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For real.
And that the people that are great at it, they started shitty too. You know what I mean? Like, even if they have natural talent, they still started somewhere and got a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
The more they did it.
Yeah.
The more they did it.
And if they don't get better, then you can get better than them because you're going up while they're staying the same. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Like with rapping, I wasn't, like, it's a natural talent, but at first I started out writing other people's songs and then I started writing mine. You know, I just kept, you got to keep perfecting that craft every day. Like every day, almost every day, like how we talking. If I say something that rhyme, I'm going to stop and write it down right quick. Or if I'm driving, usually it happens when you doing something else that you're not focused on it. You know, that's usually how it works. When you doing something else, your brain naturally pick up on something when you're not really focused on it. It's kind of like with life. Like when you let go, you attract what you want versus when you focus on, oh, I need this. If you just stop, be like, let me do something right quick, it'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? When you stop focusing on it sometimes. And other stuff you got to focus on.
Yeah, but it's like it definitely is a balance because you can't like be desperate for it. Like you do have to let the universe bring it to you in a way.
But you got to work for it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You
and put it out there.
It's for sure. It's for sure a balance. And you know, there's extremes to both sides or whatever.
For sure.
But I know what you mean because even in the studio, you know, Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson and shit, they would talk about letting go of their ego at the door, letting God in the room, and being an antenna for like these ideas and the creativity and stuff.
That's
like
hard.
You really got to let it come to you because if you try to force your ego onto it, it's usually not going to be right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's true even with like if you want something real, like you said, whether it's a job or anything, you know what I mean? It's sort of that balance of like you got to let life happen and just maneuver through to where you get to it instead of like hyper fixating and tripping over all the shit in between. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But I try to think about that in here of like being an antenna and shit and like not just trying to press my way onto it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's weird when somebody's freestyling, it is weird. Like, they don't know what they're about. They don't know what vibe we're about to catch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It
they
just
don't know
happens.
what they're about to say. They just say shit.
Literally.
Whatever come to mind.
Literally.
Yeah.
What do you think that is though? Like, just like they're just vibes swirling around that sometimes you get to like fucking touch one.
I don't know, cause I'm more of a writer, But I would say because when I do freestyle, I feel like
Well, even
it's whatever
writing,
the
you know, like
vibe
a good bar or whatever, you're sort of like pulling it out of thin air, right? Like it sort of comes to you sometimes, like you said, like you won't even be trying to write, but then it'll hit you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it comes from inspiration. Like with writing, I might get inspired by a movie or event, or it's really be the beat. What words do you hear on that beat? And then with freestyling, I think sometimes you could piggyback off what somebody else saying, or you piggyback off what you see, or you piggyback off what's on the top of your mind. You know what I'm saying? And you just let it out. That's what freestyling is, just letting it out. And even with writing, it's just letting it out, you know, but it's a little bit more, I think, structured and organized for sure. Because you consciously trying to make it rhyme and make it make sense and put it together, you know.
Do you write without a beat a lot? Like where
Sometimes.
you're just writing?
I do those, a lot.
Because your shit has like a certain depth to it where it's like, it doesn't even matter what beat it's on. You know what I mean? Like it could be on any beat because what you're saying is like dope. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Yeah. But I guess that's just being lyrical too. You know what I mean? Where a lot of the music today, it rhymes and shit, but they're not really saying shit. You know what I mean? like it sounds cool, right. But if you like go through it, it's not like layers to the depth of it. You know what I mean?
That's real shit. Like I appreciate that too. Again, was you asking me something, or was you just saying like? I think you said, "Do I write without the beat?" Right?
Well, that's where it started.
Yeah. I do a lot because, like I said, I'll be driving and someone come to me, then I'll find a beat later and put it to it, or sometimes I'll just go through beats and some just catch my eye or catch my my ear, and I'll just be like, damn, I could hear some on this. You feel me? And it'll eventually come out as I'm sitting there listening to it writing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever dream? Like, do you remember your dreams?
Some of them, yeah.
Because sort of dreaming's the same way too, right? Like, they'll tell you, you know, like your homework or whatever, if you like think about the problem right before you go to bed, you know, in your dreams you can kind of work it out. You know what I mean? Have you ever like kind of heard that? Where like if you're studying for a test, like study before you go to bed or whatever.
Something like like I know before I go to bed, I try to read or listen to like a audio book or something. Because when you go to sleep, your brain it do some kind of like rewiring.
It kind of goes over and over shit.
Yeah. So you never want to go to sleep listening to something negative or watching something negative. You want to always fill it with positive because it rewires it into a new, it rewires a new cell. It give you a new brain cell. You feel me? Or new cells.
No, I know what you mean. And it is like, if you're watching some crazy shit, your dream will literally be about that like crazy movie or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. So or if you're thinking about somebody before you go to bed, you might have a dream about them. Or if you was thinking about them all that day, you might have a dream about them.
Yeah. But you think that's like your brain working out problems like in that subconscious, like you were saying? Because like it's like when you don't focus, you know, it's like when you're trying to remember some shit, right? If you're trying to think, what the fuck was I just thinking about? You won't think of it until you start thinking about some other shit. Then it'll come to you. You know what I mean?
Like when you lose something, you find it when you ain't looking for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That just happened with my phone. Like I lost my other phone, and I usually be tripping, but for some reason I wasn't tripping. It was gone for like a few days. I'm thinking somebody got it. But then I fucked around and dug in my book bag. I'm like, whole time it's right here. And so when you let go, it come to you. That's what we were just saying.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
But
let go.
Yeah. Because literally it feels like we're like programmed to figure it out. Like that's the complexity of the human brain. You know what I mean? That's how like powerful it is like we can solve shit in our sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Our mind is like a computer for real. We don't even know. That's why it's important to continuously add to it.
You said audiobooks. That's a good way for people that have never listened to an audiobook. It's similar to podcasts, but really it's like a more in depth, more like on topic podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what's some audiobooks do you feel like have changed your life possibly?
Audiobooks that changed my life.
Or just any you'd recommend for them to read.
Read or listen to?
Listen to.
Let me see. Both of them still good. Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, I was assuming that one would be full, but we're fine.
Oh, that one done?
The storage on it, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
But we'll be fine. It's good.
I say outwitting the devil for sure.
What?
Outwitting the devil.
Outwitting the devil?
Outwitting.
Outwitting?
Like,
I've never heard about it.
That's a good one. Like, 'cause he basically talk about it's Napoleon Hill, that's the author, and it's the devil, and they basically going back and forth. Napoleon Hill asking the devil, how do you win over most of the world? And he telling him all of the stuff and the tools he used to get us. He say cigarettes, sex, overconsumption of food, negative thinking, what else? Basically everything that's the opposite of God, for real. He used that. You feel me?
All the human shit.
All the human shit. Cigarettes, weed, drinking, all that. He used all that. And he said he really go for the person that's a non-shifter, that's locked in on his mission, that's not smoking, not drinking really, not trying to really focus on sex, not over-consuming food. Like, that's the person he really attacking. You feel me? And the ones that he use people with money too. The people with money that use it for bad and they get it in a bad way, he used them. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to get your money in a good way and use good with it and have good intentions with it. You feel me?
No, that's real.
Yeah, that was a good one. I would recommend that.
And then Napoleon Hill guy, I've heard of him because he has other books that are like, they're like notorious like self-help books where it's like
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think that's it. Yeah,
that's a good one. My bad. Go ahead. Though.
No, you read the other ones and stuff.
Yeah, I read Think and Grow Rich. That's a good one.
No, but in
a real good one.
The way what he's saying about the devil and shit, whether you believe in the devil or not, those are like all ways you start to slip. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
If you're on track, eating good, being healthy, being a good person, all that shit can start to slip when you let one vice kind of start. You give in to that one vice, and then that leads to the other thing, and then you stop being so nice. You know what I mean? And like you know what I mean? It's just like he's like listing out like how you can fall off. You know what I mean?
Definitely is, and I'm a walking testimony of it, because like for a while in my old relationship I was in. I think that's when I really started practicing semen retention. You heard of that?
What is it?
Semen retention.
Oh no, I guess I have heard of it. You're saying just not
letting your seed go.
I got you. Yeah.
I was practicing.
No, not November all the time.
That type shit, basically all the time. No, I was practicing that, and it was so hard because once you got soul ties with somebody, you so used to them, and you easily get aroused by them. You feel me? And when y'all live together, it's even harder. So, but what I'm getting to is I could be doing real good. I could be working out, not drinking, not smoking, not eating snacks, going to sleep, getting up, getting shit done, and hold my nut. Once I let my nut go, I start back eating snacks, smoking, drinking, all of that. Like once you fuck up with one, here come the rest. You feel me? They like, oh, it's an opening. We got him. It's like a weakness. It's like with people. They see one weakness and they at you. That's why you can't show weakness.
Well, it's sort of choosing to go all in with that higher self instead of letting your lower self in. Even though like it's natural, as humans, we want fucking snacks because for millions of years we had to live. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And but all that is sort of natural in some ways too.
Yeah.
But it's like you're choosing to really go with that like higher self where you're more in control of all that shit. You're not just going off of like instincts and knee-jerk reactions and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pun intended for the knee-jerk reaction. But
yeah.
But but that's dope. Did you notice what like differences did you notice like in the gym and everything?
Yeah, because when you let your nut go, you weaken in the legs. Your legs not as strong.
Your testosterone goes down, right? I might be wrong. I don't know.
Nah, you're right. You're right, for sure. Your testosterone goes down. You're not as strong. You're not as quick. You're not as sharp. Even mentally, you're not as mentally sharp. You lazy. You less confident. You. It's a lot, bro. Like that's deep. And when you think about it, they really push porn so we can let out.
I was just thinking that too.
Men, if they got a bunch of weak men, they can control us. You feel me?
They're not gonna do what it takes to really win over the girl. They're just gonna go home and fucking beat off to their laptop. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You ain't gonna put in the effort. You feel me? So yeah, we definitely gotta
Damn.
stop watching porn, no bro. Leave porn alone. And even if you got a girl, stop letting your seed out every time. You could crack her and not let your nut go, or just if you don't feel like you can't, don't fuck her. You feel me? Tell her what you want, and if she love you, she'll respect it. If not, you know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
Off rip. Off rip.
I'm just thinking that would be hard for me.
It is hard as hell though. It is hard.
My
as
girlfriend
hell.
would be like, "You like she
You
would be
fucking
taking
another
it personal
girl.
and she
Yeah, that's what it be.
You don't like me no more."
Right, that's what it, but not at all, baby. Like if she tapped into her spirituality and she know what's up with you and she respect and love you as a man, she gonna go with it.
Yeah. No, that's real too. And it's like you said, finding that right person is really one of the most important things you can do in life.
That's what it's all
You know
about.
what I mean? Because you could start a business, but if you got the wrong person you come home to every night,
Man,
they could fuck up that business. You know what I'm saying?
everything gotta be right at home for you to be able to be good at work.
Yeah. Or they could literally
Literally
divorce you and
fuck it
take
up.
half. You know what I'm saying?
Literally fuck it up.
Yeah.
OB.
But no,
Yeah.
that's real. So what advice would you give to the young single dudes and ladies out there on like what makes them the right person? Because obviously, like the perfect person doesn't exist, right?
Not at all.
So what does it mean to have the right person?
I think being with somebody that you're compatible with, that y'all in alignment spiritually, mentally, and maybe emotionally, even emotionally, you feel me? For the most part, you definitely want to get spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And a lot of times we go for the physical. We be physically aligned. Or we be emotionally and physically aligned. But you really want to go for that spiritual and that mental if you want to grow, because that's where the growth is at.
Mm-hmm.
The physical and the emotional, that's in the comfort. You know, that's in the easy. Like you said, when you're in a relationship, you don't go to the gym like that because it's so easy. You know what I'm saying? Everything is sweet. So
You fall into like just going home, turning the movie on, whatever. Yeah.
So I feel like finding somebody like that for both men and women. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that's real.
Finding somebody you in alignment with and you compatible with and y'all on the same mission, y'all got the same morals, the same mindset, the same principles. Even if it's not the exact same, because ain't nobody perfect, long as they check off most of the checklist. You feel me?
Right.
Like
So
that.
I've heard a lot about chakras, and you mentioned that earlier too.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, when did you first like hear about chakras, and like what made you learn about that?
I think when did I first hear about that? I would say maybe about 20. Damn. I don't know, maybe a couple years ago, about 2-3 years ago.
How would you explain it to somebody that doesn't really know what you mean?
I would say it's 7 chakras. You got the root chakra, and I might be missing some. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments and all that. But I know you got the root chakra. You know, like I said, that's where the anger and the resentment and the sexual energy is at. Then you got the heart chakra. These are the ones I know about. That's where the emotion, the love, the hate, and all that. You got the throat chakra. That's opening your mouth and speaking your mind and saying what's on your heart. And then you got the crown chakra. You know, that's your thoughts, your intuition, stuff like that. Them like the main ones I know. It's more of them, but off top, them the ones I know off rip, off top.
Yeah.
Then y'all can look into the rest. You feel me?
But so do you sort of tie that into, like you were saying, you know, when you're looking for like a partner or whatever, the mind, body, and spirit connection, in a way you're wanting the chakras to like align too, right?
Yeah. Well,
like,
because both of y'all chakras got to be in alignment. But I think outside of that, a good way to find that right person and to really build that person is not have sex with them off rip. And even if you do stop having sex with them and just build that connection outside of sex, you know, just really like, it might sound cakey or whatever, but cuddle with each other, you feel me? Hold each other, hug each other, you know, lay with each other, talk, stimulate each other mentally, you feel me?
And it's crazy. It's
show
crazy
love to
people
each other.
even look at that as being cakey or whatever, because
They do.
in like a real science way, your brain releases like oxytocin, when you hug somebody, or like they're real dopamine chemicals and shit
Right.
that make you feel better as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
Without
like to
sex.
deny that just because you think it's cool. You know what I mean? You're like denying your whole human evolution. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's a reason the body does that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a reason when you form those connections that you feel better as a person. You know what I mean?
That's just because we not taught it though. We taught to, show no love and just have sex and just, we taught all of the physical stuff. We ain't taught the spiritual stuff like that. Cause they,
Why do you think that is? It's like the deep shit is never as cool as the shit that he
surface
describes
level,
as the devil.
surface level shit. Because the world,
Like greed, gluttony, like you know what I mean? All that shit that Napoleon Hill described. It's like it seems like all that shit gets pushed as cool.
that's because we easier to control when we focus on that stuff. When you really get tapped into yourself and the spiritual side of stuff, you stop making the making America money. You feel me? America got rich off us being stupid, being lazy, being
thinking you need to go to job to buy the new car to keep up with the new house
with the
and
new
all
people.
that.
I mean, with the people with the
keep
new
up
stuff.
with the Joneses, whatever.
Yeah, keep up with the Joneses. Like if we was moving on this type of time, like what we was talking about, we wouldn't really need them like that, and that's what they don't want. The higher ups, you feel me?
Because you really don't need shit. Like
you don't.
Like Cannon was talking about too. You can have a good relationship with your daughter, your family, or whoever without having anything. You could be in an empty apartment and have a great fucking time. You know what I mean?
For real.
And at the end of the day, that's where the realest shit happens. Because you're not gonna remember a random movie you watched on a random Tuesday. You know what I mean? But you'll remember some good memories that you had with a person. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. That's what it's about.
And how much of our time gets fucking sucked into Netflix, TikTok,
YouTube, Instagram,
Facebook.
Man.
Between all those that we just named is billions and billions of hours of human time just staring at that fucking screen. You know what I'm saying?
For real. I ain't gonna lie, I'm guilty of it too.
I am too.
Spend hours on IG.
It's addicting.
It is.
They make it addicting. You know what I mean?
They know what they doing. You gotta really take your power back and fight against it, That's why you gotta have a life outside of your phone. You gotta sit in nature. You feel me? Go to nature. Yeah. I know it sounds boring, but go outside, interact with people, connect with people, talk to people. Like that's missing now,
Yeah,
you got to do stuff like that.
Even as I feel it 100% too, because sometimes I'll be grinding in here just too much too, where it's like late night and like I won't even see the sun. You know what I mean? And then you start feeling just fucked up because you're like, I haven't even fucking been outside. You know what I mean? Like, and then you go for a walk and you're like, oh my God, like,
feels so good.
Every day I'm going for a walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you'll tell yourself. But because that is like that's like natural shit. And like, there's a lot of cool shit people make, but nature is like more beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something about nature that humans can't recreate. No. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's created by God. That's the best part about it.
Hell yeah.
Love nature.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it like there's a lot of God created shit, but not all man made shit is like bad, right? Or I guess it would be.
I mean, I wouldn't say that now because we still like
because there is good. You can do good.
It's still good in the world. You know what I'm saying? Without some of the man-made stuff, we wouldn't have all this technology we use to make more money or to live better, live easier. Right. We just got to make sure
it's really that balance. You got to have one to enjoy the other, sort of.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's just all about balance. That's what I always say.
No, that's
balance
real.
Between the spiritual and the physical. Surface and the deep stuff. You got to have that balance. Like I'm not no high and mighty type person. I'm human too. You feel me? Like I still fuck up. I didn't lied. I didn't stole, like all that. Like I didn't did everything like like a regular human being. You feel me? But it's just about correcting yourself and moving with better energy. You feel me? Making
a choice to do better than what you've done in the past. Or
every day, and to become a better person. But we still all human. That's what it's all about. We still all human.
That's real. So let me ask you this: why do you think we're here, being human and stuff? Like, what? Why do you think this is all going on?
I think everybody here for a reason. You know, some of us here to be artists, some of us here to be businessmen, some of us here to be examples of what not to be. Some of us here to be workers, some of us here to be just be, some of us here to be teachers. Everybody got a reason to be here though. You just gotta find what it is. Or sometimes you ain't gotta find what it is. You just gotta live.
Yeah.
It might come to you. That's my answer.
No, that's right.
What you think?
It's hard to know. You know what I mean? Because it feels like certain shit for sure is meant to happen. You know what I mean? It's sometimes things align that are just, you can't explain. You know what I mean? And it's like, and you feel like that shit's, you're on the path you're meant to be on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Real talk. Real talk.
It seems, I mean, if you get into like the religious side, it sort of can seem like a test, right? Like if you got the devil like waiting for you to fail and God's over here waiting for you to pass, it can seem like it's like you're just here to see if you do a good job. You know what I mean?
But
I'm not saying that's what I think, but I'm saying that's just how it can feel sometimes. You know what I mean?
It can. I get caught up in it sometimes too. I feel like God still put us here to live. Like, yeah, you want to try to do right, but you can do bad too. Like, just it's all about.
You gotta
live.
All about,
you gotta live life.
While you're living.
You feel me? You gotta live life. You just gotta try your best to do at least balance it out. That's why most people, when they like killers and stuff like that, they redeem themselves by doing good, putting more good towards the end of their life, so they could balance it out. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. Ain't nobody perfect.
Nobody's perfect, and in a way, nobody's pure evil. You know what I mean? Like even murderers and people, they can still be good people. You know what I mean? Like
or they have a good side. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but everybody can have a bad side. You know what I mean? Even a preacher could kill somebody if you put him in the right fucking circumstance. He's a little fucking turned up. His wife got a little turned up with somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's just like the philosophical shit of like, people. I don't think people are like just inherently like better morally than other people, you know, because a lot of times it is like circumstance. Like if you were about to die from starvation and you had to steal an apple, like, is that even bad? You know what I mean?
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
Right. Yeah. And God made the apple, but it's a human trying to charge you money for it. You know what I mean? It's like,
right. And you don't have it. Like,
it makes you wonder like what even sort of is like good and bad. You know what I mean? Because the law doesn't make it good and bad. Like weed being illegal doesn't make weed bad. You know what I mean?
Right. Everything that's illegal is not bad. That's just what that's the stamp they put on it.
Right.
For sure.
And if you kill in the name of the government, you're not a murderer. You're a fucking hero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, there's a big gray area there. You know what I'm saying?
It is. For sure. It's funny because this type of shit get people killed.
Yeah. No, that's facts. We won't clip that shit. But
you said go clip that part?
No, I'm saying we won't clip that part.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's some real shit. Like, this what got.
What do you think? Obviously, we don't have to get like political or whatever. We can because fuck it. But
fuck it. Hear me out.
Do you think somebody's like trying to kill Trump from that assassination attempt? Like, do you think there's like parties that we don't know about kind of calling shots? Literally?
Man, I don't know. I believe it was a BB gun that shot him in his ear, and he just made it.
He did it to hype up his own campaign.
Probably, I think so. That's what I think.
When it first happened, that's what everybody thought. Like when I first heard about it, that was the first thing I thought of. Like, you know what I mean? That's
because they said it was a sniper, right? And when you think about it, how do a sniper just hit you in the ear? A sniper.
That's what I was thinking. Like that makes no fucking sense.
It's gonna take at least that side of your head off. Like ain't no way you just got your ear and then it's just that. Like nah, I don't believe it.
But how fucking crazy would that be if he faked it? I mean, I'm just saying like that's kind of fucking. That's dark, right?
It is, but it's they did a lot of fake shit.
Yeah,
faking shit. The government.
No, and there are presidents that have been killed with no fucking answer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they
JFK.
still haven't released the shit about who did it. They have the papers, but it's not public. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
All that. You never know with them. That's why you can never put nothing past the government. You feel me?
And
That's
you
why
can't put that
everybody
much fucking faith in them either, because you don't know them. You know what I
Right.
mean? People get so like, I'm pro fucking Biden, pro Trump, whatever, but it's like they don't fucking know you. You know what I mean? Like they really don't care either. You know what I mean? Like they be liars. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like you can't put your faith in them like it's like they're gonna save you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. That's about it or what?
Nah,
You got something?
I don't know. Is there what else has been going on? What's like some current event shit? Because you know, clipping the current events is a good way to get extra views. Is there anything you've been following?
Current events. Damn, what's been going on currently?
I know it's
Shit. I know the Trump stuff.
that even feels like, isn't it weird? It's like the Olympics have been over a week. That feels like old news. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
The
'cause
Trump
it's
shit feels like
always so
old
much.
news. It's like
There's always so much stuff going on, man. This world we in and social media is technology is always something new.
And I feel like they hype up like the news you hear. It is just entertainment. Like it's in one ear and out the other, the same way you watch a Netflix show. You know what I mean? Because they make it all dramatized. They make people into these big villains. You know what I mean? Like tune in at 6 p.m. or else you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, you know what I mean? Like even if it's the weather, they make the weather sound fucking worse than it is and shit. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Just so that you tune in, so they make money.
Right, because attention is currency. You know, they get our attention, they get our money, or they make money off our attention.
So
everybody,
as an artist, because I think you're right, attention is what it boils down to. You can make the best song in the world in here, but if you can't get their attention, nobody's gonna see it. And that's the psychological part of like why some people act crazy, why some girls will go out fucking naked or whatever, because it gets them the attention that they turn into whatever. So as an artist here in Indianapolis, what's the best way that you can get attention?
Like you kind of just said it, you know, the girls going naked. To be honest, that type of stuff get attention. Girls going naked, dudes putting guns in the videos, saying fuck that hood, fuck that hood, ooh, acting tough or whatever. That type of shit get attention.
Napoleon Hill's Devil gets more attention than God.
Definitely.
Why is that though? Because I feel like most people, if you really talk to them deep about it, they're sort of on the same page. You know that you're talking about, where it's like they know that shit's bad. They know there's not a long-term thing in there. They know that shit's killing them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, why does that get to go to the top of like the attention or the coolness or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
I think cause we like what ain't good for us. A lot of us, you know.
It's dramatic.
We're attracted to it.
Yeah, we want to see like they're on a crazy train. You know what I mean? Like, are they going to crash? Exciting. Or are they going? Yeah,
it's more exciting sometimes than the good stuff and the God stuff. But internally, that feel better to me. You feel me? Like externally, for your physical and for you as a human, yeah, that type of stuff could be more exciting and more enticing. But really, the spiritual and the God, that's more fulfilling. You feel me? Internally. And because, you know, that other stuff is more it's more money put behind that. It sell better, you feel me? It sell better than
it's easy to bundle up in one fucking line.
The devil, you know? Yeah, the devil sell better than the God. Evil sell better than good, you know. People want to see a action movie before they want to see a positive movie, right? You feel me?
Damn. But I feel like that's where it goes full circle to what you said originally about that's why you have to know your target market. Because if you're preaching a positive message, but you're putting that message in the strip club,
it's in the wrong place.
Not saying that those people don't deserve the message too,
right?
But it's in the wrong place. Yeah. Right. And with marketing, the placement of your ad is super important. You know, that's like location, whatever. But you do have to find the people that will tap into you, because those are the ones that will help spread your message. Right. You know what I mean? The dude, if you know what I mean, like if they're on the like the other wave and shit, they're not gonna resonate with it. You know what I mean?
Not at all. They ain't on that frequency.
Yeah. And just
But I
because
ain't
they
gonna lie.
turn it off doesn't mean that shit's whack either. You just have to find what
It's just
you
whack
gotta
to
find.
them.
Yeah, you gotta find the people that understand what you're saying.
Right. But I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes even with that, the people that's on that type of wave, you can convert them to this type of wave. They might like.
I'm not hating
I
on
fuck
strip
with
clubs
that
at
shit.
all. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
that's not
nah.
what I'm.
Yeah.
Definitely don't mean that. Because at the end of the
Nah.
day, it's humans. You know what I mean? Even the
Right.
girl on stage, humans.
human.
She probably paying the bills. You know what I mean? Like it's
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
right. You can't
Hell
blame
yeah.
that.
And I definitely ain't knocking that, you know,
Yeah.
because we all got to survive and had to survive. So I ain't knocking that. I'm just speaking my truth. That's it.
No, that's
Feel me?
no for sure.
But I say,
But it's like the place of where you
sometimes
do
you can
it.
convert people though.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and that's the good part of it. You know what I mean? That's where good music wins, you know, because there probably is a Christian song that is an ass shaking banger. You know what I'm saying? like just stylistically, and like if you played it in a strip club, it would sound cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But I don't know. But it's like I said, the target market thing. I feel like that's where it all boils down to, because when you know yourself as a person, as an artist, and you know what you stand for, you know what your music is about. Like you know when you write it out, these are certain messages in here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like who do I need to get this message to? You know what I'm saying?
And as us as artists, we got a lot of influence on the world, so
Mm-hmm.
you got to be real careful with how you influencing people.
Yeah.
It's all on what kind of influence you want to have over people, though. Like I want to have a good influence, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want to have a bad. They want you to go shoot shit up and go do drugs and just go fuck
And
your life away.
And it's more than it seems. Like the world is a lot fucking bigger than Indianapolis. You know what I mean? Even
Right.
if nobody in Indianapolis fucks with you, there's still the world out there.
Definitely.
And we get stuck too where it's like, oh, it's fucking LA, New York, Houston. But even on Spotify, if you look at Drake and like the top artists, their top city is usually London. You know what I'm saying? In Great Britain
overseas.
or whatever. Yeah. Which is partly because Spotify is bigger over there too, but you never know. Like Jimi Hendrix, he was in Indianapolis trying to make it before he was Jimi Hendrix. You know what I'm saying? And then he went to Nashville to try to make it, didn't make it, signed a terrible deal, got screwed over. That's another story or whatever. But then he went to London, and then he got a name for himself. You know what I mean? And then when he came back, it's like you said, once you get out of your hometown and your hometown sees another city fucking with you, then they're like, I always fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? But
it's all good though.
Yeah, but especially in today's world,
as long as you know who is who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's easier for you in today's world to market your music in London than it would have been for Jimi Hendrix even when he lived in London. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really think about it like that. Like we try to force it here in Indianapolis or whatever.
Right.
But like I feel like your music and your message and all that could resonate internationally. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And that could help you nationally, like here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So what songs you done listen to personally?
Well, I mean, I've heard your music and stuff. I don't know. I'd have to pull up. I suck at remembering song names. I remember like songs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll play one on here and stuff. Which one do you want to play on here?
Shit. Let me keep scrolling a little bit. Say let go.
Let go.
Yeah. Gotta let go, man. Keep pushing. Man, this is when I first started, man. This shit crazy.
Yeah.
Look, let go of your fear. Let go of your past. Motivate your peer. Go and get your cash. Go cop your first whip. Hit the highway, do the dance. Stun on anybody, they ain't want to give you no ride. Ain't that your man? Then why he kept looking, flew past. Got them bands, now these bitches want to get that ass. Let's go. Focus on your grind, dog. Push it to the side. Yeah, you dropped out, so what you went back? So what your pops one there, bro? It's like that everywhere. Granddad went to easy, so the cycle keep repeating. Living in this world of evil, said that life will be fair. fuck around, be a victim, be accused at all times, can't even chill around your niggas. Know to stay with you when they try to catch you slipping. See that shit change, it ain't the same, your mind different. Expressing all this pain, wrote this page on hieroglyphics. See me in my lane, I advise you keep your distance. Try and push me on my pivot, I'ma have to take you with me. Let it all go and live, it's gotta be dope before you hear it. No man that I'm fearing, 10 toes, 1 deep. At the top, it's just gonna be me, Katie, and me. About to have this shit on lock, 2 spare sets. Let go of your fear, let go of your past. Motivate your peer, go and get your cash, go cop your first whip. Hit the highway, do the dash. Stun on everybody, they ain't wanna give you no ride. Ain't that your man then? Why he kept looking, flew past? Got them bands, now these bitches want to do you that ass. Let's go. Focus on your grind, dog, push it to the side. Yeah, you dropped out, so what you went back? Bitch, I'm never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. And I'm forever different, never wanted to be pumping. Just because you popular, they don't mean that you pumping. All black sweatpants with some older Rockies. Can't tell that I'm getting by the clothes I'm rocking. Exactly how I want it, cause I know you watching. Draw me out the way with it, dude, drop the game giving. Put my life in these lyrics, no, I can't create fiction. Listen and feel it, cause my picture pain vivid. It's clear to see I'm winning, cause my windows ain't tinted. Might just cop a bucket, make it last through the summer. Might go over budget for when I ain't had nothing. But then again, I'd rather stack before I splurge. Spend a little change for the quarter won't hurt. Gotta treat yourself when you put in all the work. Ain't she tryna ride with me, but don't trust some swerve. Let go your fear, let go your past. Motivate your peers, go and get your cash. Go cop your first whip, hit the highway, do the dash. Stun on everybody, they ain't wanna give you no ride. Ain't that your man then? Why he kept looking, flew past? Got them bands, now these bitches want to you that ass. Focus on your grind, dog, push it to the side. Yeah, you dropped out, so what you went back? No, this part important. Play that. This one. I had to let it go to come up though. Bro. Just that, you know. I seen a lot, I've been through a lot. I had to let it go to come up though. Bro.
No, that's hard. I hadn't heard that song, but that's like exactly what I mean, where even when you were spitting out here, it's like what we were talking about, you can hear it in the music. You know what I'm saying? Like there's helly messages in there that are like, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it matches who you are as a person and shit. So the more like people see that, they see these interviews that you do and stuff, they resonate with you as a person, it makes the music hit better. You know what I'm saying?
It do.
And
it do. This shit just made me feel a certain type of way just watching it. Like, damn, this when I first started, like 3 years ago, you know.
And it shows too
how growth too.
You don't need $1 million music video to make some hard shit. You know what I mean? Right. In a way, people want to see an authentic, like real thing more so than like, you know, wasting a ton of money on it or whatever, you know, because that's something you could do for any song, any night. You know what I mean?
Real.
That's part of the reason I do the content clips of artists, is to show them how easy it is to do content yourself, you know what I mean? Or make daily content where you're like rapping to the camera and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But
just seeing the growth.
Were you scared you were going to get hit by a car though?
No, I wasn't.
Because I drive past there like, you know, when I go, it looks like by downtown or whatever. Or right by here, right? Like right down Keystone?
Nah, that's Gary.
Oh, Gary?
That's one. Yeah, that's one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's
on
cool.
Broadway in Glenport.
No, that's cool. But that's what I mean though. With the message in it, and the music is good enough, but that message could resonate even better in another country. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, you know, there's no ceiling to this shit.
It ain't, bro.
Yeah, but no, I appreciate your time for real, and like I say, you damn near motivated me to just get right, and just mentally and all that. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it
because it's a hard grind, you know, to stay, like you said in that book, like it's like there are all these ways you can slip up, you know, and like when you start to slip up, you go down like a dark path or whatever, and it can be hard to even realize where you're at if you don't have these conversations with other people going down their own paths, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Because like in a way, hearing that you deal with your shit helps me deal with my shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Yeah. So I appreciate your time for real. And I hope to have you back. You'll be the first 3-peat on here.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.